Hey, what is up, wrestling friends and family? Chat, Grapple, and Cheap Pops is on the air live. Holy shit. It is me, JB, and the best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts, Mr. Chris Shred. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and for the first time ever, we are live on X. So I think you can swear and say whatever the fuck you want, mate. So how you doing?
Fucking hot.
That t-shirt is pretty hot, to be fair.
I mean, obviously, bit of razor going on. So I'm cooling off right now with a Dalston's cherry. You know,
Fair enough.
Posh pop, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's some posh soda you got going on there. I'm literally about to go full fill and pour a Pepsi out. So
Nice.
You know, it's what we do. The drinks of choice. What's going on, man?
In a rattler glass, you know what I mean?
I'm cheating. I'm sticking it in the rave cup. Yeah. So if you want the deal for rave, I'll leave the description somewhere to get you 10% off. What the code is Grapple. It's always fucking Grapple, isn't it?
Nice. Oi, fucking.
Yeah, look at that. The party's already started. In the chat already, I can already see a couple of things going on. We will say hello to you guys in 1 second. But yeah, Chris, what's going on, man? I know wrestling's been kicking up a notch.
Wrestling's been kicking up a notch. There's some wild shit going on in the background. The IWC is as insane as fucking ever. I mean, the shout out to our boy Terrible Takes, right? But the takes get more terrible and terrible and terrible as we fucking, the more you scroll on like Twitter, do you know where the hotbed is, dude? The hotbed, and shout out to our boy Bishop, right? The hotbed of terrible wrestling takes is Facebook groups, dude. It is.
I slightly disagree.
I don't know, man.
Respectfully, of course.
The takes are fucking awful, man, and they're almost as toxic as like 2006 Britney or whatever. You know what I mean? Was that when that tune come out? 2008.
You were a bigger fan than I was of that, so you would know.
You know that lyric? I'm addicted to you because you know that your cock stinks. I've
never heard that version, but no, that's fine.
That's what she's actually saying as well. Like that's what she actually says. I'm addicted to you.
Matt is either drinking sparkling water or suggesting that you are drinking sparkling water, Chris.
It ain't sparkling water, bruv. Well, it is It's flavored.
Why got to start that argument, Matt? Why are you doing this?
It actually is. It says real squeezed cherry and sparkling water. So It's healthy. It's it's Tory Vimto, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's fucking
Vimto.
It's Tory Vimto. So it's fucking. It's like it's like that San Pellegrino. They call it Tory Tango, don't they?
Yes, they do. They do call it Tory Tango.
So
Munzie's in the chat as well. What's going on, mate? Nice to catch up with you as well. Really good to hear from you on, I think it was X when you messaged last week. Possibly, I think it was. Yeah, my memory serves well-ish. I don't know what Matt's clipping, but he's clipping something, Chris. It might be you singing, I imagine, which is something I do anyway, so you don't need to do that.
I would say that's right. Singing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just one of them misheard lyrics. Everyone thinks she's saying, I'm addicted to you because you know you're toxic, but she's not. She's saying, it's like the other one. It's Destiny's Child. Ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of ballers and their cock is full grown. You know what I mean? That's right. The real lyric. Everyone mishears it.
But
anyway, I digress. We've completely gone off the road.
We have.
But all we need is a long and hard shaft. That's what we need. We're missing the long and hard shaft.
With any luck, he'll be in the chat at some point again soon. Like, we've never heard from him since. Like, he was an absolute.
He's an enigma. It was literally expect the unexpected, and then
Munzie, Munzie's talking about Wyatt 6. We will get there. Trust me. Once we've talked about Destiny's Child and Brittany, or Chris has, we will get to wrestling. Right. I promise you.
We're done now. We'll get to it.
Why don't we start with what we know first and what we, has come up first, and it is AEW Dynamite 250. Fucking hell. I was really, full of praise for AEW getting to 250 on Dynamite and stuff like that. I know not everyone is raving about the Ospreay and MJF match, which went 1 hour of their 2-hour show. Is it worth it?
Bro, this is what I'm saying. All the toxicity that I'm seeing is from these AEW fans. Like, they're fucking bussing juice over this, going, oh, that one match is like 10 more minutes of wrestling than they had on the whole fucking show and all this shit. And it's like, right, cool, bruv. Like, if I want to watch an hour of wrestling, I'll like, don't get me wrong, there were some, but even the greatest Iron Man matches are hard to sit through, bro. Even fucking Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels was hard to sit through for an hour. Like,
I always maintain that Bret and Shawn started off a little too slow. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think
like
so. But even so, it doesn't matter how good the wrestlers are. An hour is too long, bruv, for me. But it's just I don't do the pearly girly. It's just a personal thing to me. You get me?
Yeah.
It's, what I'm saying? Like, it for me, an hour is too long. An hour is way too long.
Bishop's suggesting no. I'm not sure what he's saying no to. I think it might be, was it worth it? No is probably the best answer.
Yeah.
Munzie says that the MJF Ospreay match went on too long. I agree. I absolutely agree. You
don't need that long. You don't need that long to tell that story. And what story are they telling as well? Like, I mean,
there's a couple of things here, that the chat is already popping off. But finish your point, man. Finish your point.
Yeah, you don't need that long to tell that story. What is the story, bruv? In that, really, like, and Ospreay, like, what are we do? What are they? What's going on? I mean, they're fucking what they're trying to do with Mariah May and Tony Storm as well. It's like that now.
We'll get there.
They're trying to fucking do too much, too close to this thing that they've got in a month's time. So it's mad, bruv. The booking is Adderall fucking booking, bruv. It is, it's mental.
Munzie makes a very, very good point. It would be much better watching Chris talk about pop music for an hour and singing. Yes, that might well have been the better case for AEW. And commentary is a huge part of Shawn and Bret. That is a good point. That is a very good point. Because about 20 minutes in to MJF and Ospreay, someone who I really fucking detest at the moment, like, I cannot stand him, Tony Schiavone starts banging on about how great the match is. It's like, hang on a minute, pal. It ain't that fucking good. Like, but no, we're going to spin this and we're going to do this. We're going to do this your way, and it's going to be the best match ever. And they're going to keep saying how great the match is. I already know that Dave Meltzer's, praising the Schiavone commentary, even though Schiavone's been a bit of a dick. I will get to him again soon because of something else he said earlier in the show. Iron Man matches can be wonderful. They can also be really shit. Munzie's getting to a point that I'm going to get onto a little bit later. I don't think it was as funny as you might do. I think the whole point of that was fucking stupid. And you know what? Let's get to it now. Fuck it. This is something I put up already. It is a banner I've made. Why Schiavone sucks. One, his commentary is pretty shit. Two, the part of the match he played in the Iron Man match where he's going on about how great the match is when it isn't. Three, telling speak bitch to Mariah May. That was it, wasn't it? Does he say when she's not saying anything, he says speak bitch. just let's flip that over for 1 second. If Corey Graves, Pat McAfee, Michael Cole, Wade Barrett, Booker T, or any of the others on the other shows said that,
it'd be outrage.
Thank
Absolute carnage, outrage.
Yeah. Bishop is headed back to work, and he'll be listening to the audio. Thank you for stopping in, mate. But yeah,
but don't listen to it on like fucking. Who listens to it at them ridiculous speeds? Is it Graham? Or
Graham listens to it at like plus 0.2, 0.5 or something. Shit, I don't fucking know. Like he
unreal,
yeah, so
unreal.
Unnecessary. Yeah, the Tony Schiavone thing. If any of the WWE commentators said that, it would have been fed bad, fed this, fed that, full of, the words they use to describe WWE, full of, and I'm not going to repeat those words right now, but yeah, those words that you're using to describe Vince.
Yeah.
You cannot have it both ways. And if anyone in WWE did that, there would have been a fucking, absolute uproar. They would have been crying all over the timeline. And yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work differently. You have to hold them both to the same account, I'm afraid. And Tony Schiavone doing that is just another reason why he absolutely sucks. One of the other reasons is he wishes he was fucking Jim Ross. And the only reason Tony Schiavone gets as much airtime is because Jim Ross isn't well enough to do it.
So, so allow me to digress for a second.
Please.
So, who was he saying "speak bitch" to? Mariah May.
Yes.
Okay. So, if you can't, as a commentator, sell to the audience that this person is not a nice person without just resorting to like the base simplistic sort of shit like that, then you're not a very good commentator.
It's not only that. Tony's not a character on TV. He's just a fucking commentator. Like, just commentate on the shit or shut the fuck up. Like, the other thing is, yeah, he's not a worker. He's not promoting a feud here. He's not going to feud with Mariah May, is he?
No, I mean, the commentary team in AEW just generally, it seems like a bit of a lark, and it sort of degrades.
Sorry, shall I tip it this way? Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I can see. It sort of degrades stuff in a way where they don't treat it sort of. Obviously, in WWE sometimes they corpse in and laughing and shit when things happen. Obviously,
yeah, it happens.
It happens, but when you literally sort of like, Taz is the worst.
You don't like Taz?
No, I just sort of. At times it's funny, but it's only funny because it's Taz. But it's like, I mean, I liked Taz in WWE. I thought he was great. You know what I mean? But I don't think there's anyone sort of reining any of them in and just saying, look, fucking come on, sort of.
It's funny. I like Taz. I don't mind Excalibur for what it is. He's very much a play-by-play guy, calling moves, stuff like that. Jim Ross is Jim Ross. Jim Ross is in the GOAT range for me.
Yeah, Excalibur is like your Mike Tenay for me.
Yes, yeah.
So I like I say, you need that sort of, your Mike Tenay sort of guy. You sort of move by move, play by play sort of guy. I don't mind Excalibur. I wasn't a fan initially of him. But yeah, it's Tony. The thing with Tony Schiavone is, right, he's better than that, bruv. I think.
You think?
Yeah, no, he's better than that, right? We've watched WCW enough, okay? We've listened to enough WCW. I've listened to enough TNA to know that Tony Schiavone is better than that, bro. He's better than what he's doing. But the thing is, it's like he because in AEW, it's like trying to get down with the cool kids sort of thing. And like, do you get what I mean?
Maybe,
I think that's what it is.
I mean, I can see that.
When really he should say, I'm fucking Tony Schiavone, mate. I'm doing what I'm doing because this is, this is what I do, and this is how it's supposed to be done. He should be taking the reins. He was with Jim Ross for long enough as well, Tony Schiavone, to know the ropes and how
you
it
should know
goes.
what good commentary is and what bad commentary is.
He should better know better. Yeah, that's the thing. He knows. That's why it's frustrating for me because I like Tony Schiavone. I always have done. Because again, like what Munsey said, like I will love Tony because he does remind me of the good old times. He reminds me of that WCW, that TNA times.
Munsey does make the point there. He loves Tony, reminds him of the good old times. Yeah, that's we're here for fair opinion on everything. If you don't like what we say, then you please let us know. It doesn't really it's cool.
I generally like him though. What he's doing now, he should know better.
I think Munsey as well is saying he thought it was funny, but you can see our point of view here. And what's our opinion on Excalibur? Like I said, we like Excalibur. I mean I do. I think he is a good play-by-play guy. There's not a lot to him. I think he's much better than Nigel McGuinness, who I don't enjoy the commentary of, and the other one who, what's it? I think he does one of the other shows, Ian something. Yeah, him. Riccaboni, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, he's not one of my favorites either.
Not Ian Harrison, the fucking British. You know what I mean? Check out our interview with Ian Harrison, the fucking man, mate. What a chap he is.
That is a good question, Munsey. Where is Mike Tenay? In Vegas, I imagine. That's where he's from, where he lived, right?
I mean, yeah, he's probably. I mean, he's probably quite old now. He's probably just sitting in an armchair somewhere, just rocking, saying like "Torpe Suicida," you know what I mean, or whatever. Like
we will stick with the AEW. I mean, this is not boding well for our AEW all-in credentials, is it?
No.
I'm sure, like, we are giving them fair cop here, but yes, we have applied for AEW media credentials. That's definitely going in the bin, isn't it? This is the next question. I'm putting it to you, Chris. Have they already dropped the ball here on a fucking really hot start to a feud? I know keeping it hot and that is really difficult for any wrestling company.
So let's see where we are now. So let's see the timeline of what's happened in one week. Yeah. So we had
I think 1 week, yeah. You might be I might have jumped the gun, but fuck me, it was a poor second round.
So what we had was we had the Owen Hart tournament.
Yep.
We had that popping off at the end, Mariah May beating her up, blood, choking. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
So where have we moved on to now? What's happened?
Mariah May comes out dressed as Toni Storm.
That's right.
Little reaction. Very little reaction. Again, part of the problem is these small fucking crowds. And if that small crowd didn't necessarily see it or are getting these cheap tickets to a show they're not watching every week, that's just why keeping it in fucking Jacksonville might have been the answer at Daly's place.
I saw Mariah May dressed as Toni Storm with the hair, and all
which
that.
led to Shivani doing his bit. But again, the crowd weren't really that bothered by it, and it's like, fuck. Don't I'm almost certain it's not going to kill the feud, and they're going to go to a better town than Little Rock in Arkansas or whatever, and just bring it back. I have faith in that because this feud should not just drop dead in its tracks. But yeah, it didn't go very well. But
this is the thing. I mean, a lot of it is dependent on you got to look at when was that? I think people might have just been fucking exhausted, right? Did it happened after the hour-long match, right?
I guess it's we don't know. I honestly don't know how long they were doing tapings or anything beforehand. That's something maybe we should check on every now and again. But
even I mean, even after sitting there for an hour through like an Iron Man fucking match, an hour or whatever,
Yeah.
a lot of people would have gone to the toilet. A lot of people would be getting snacks. A lot of people would be fucking cry wanking. You're going to have a lot of people just sort of drained, exhausted after that. You know, so because the MJF Ospreay match was the first match on the card of Dynamite, I believe.
Yeah.
So people are going to be tired, man, after that. You know?
Excuse me. I just think that maybe the pacing of the show was off. Maybe that's, you know, maybe that should have main evented. But then if you say that's your main event and you give it, you do it with an hour left in the show, you kind of expect it is a bit of a giveaway. Yeah, I don't know. I also wanted to touch on the point of AEW fans, and especially and this is a direct shot towards the people on X, those diehard fanatics. What did you call them? The Gluckers,
The Gluckers,
the sweat hogs, all of that stuff. Those guys who said that Okada would be a comedy character if he joined WWE, and yet here he is this week on Dynamite, sweating and saying so hot, and really overacting to Mercedes Moné's really crappy dancing.
Yeah, I mean, they have turned, right? This is fucking grinding my gears now. AEW has a habit of taking people that are hot, yeah, and pouring ice water on them, right? You've got him. He ultimately sort of brought a whole promotion on his back and fucking built that shit up again. He was a fucking tough guy, bad man, yeah?
Yeah.
You've turned him into a fucking joke. They're so quick to talk about how WWE can sort of waste Japanese talent specifically. But everyone I see, and even the Dancing Man, they're all doing good stuff. They're all doing, like Asuka, Io Sky, all of the Japanese ladies, the Japanese guys, they're being booked really strong. Like even the Dancing Man, right? That people say that they've wasted him. Yeah. He's not. He's featured on TV all the time. He's got that face for it. He's got that persona for what he was doing. It wasn't like it was completely opposite to what he's doing. I think that fucking Okada should have been just laying waste to people and just taking what he wants, not aligning himself with the fucking elite. He doesn't need that.
Yeah, it is a fucking huge anchor around his neck.
Yeah,
working with them, and maybe that's by design. Maybe it's a thing to make him less likable. And he's kind of likable. He's like, it's Okada. He's everyone knows, or anyone that watches most wrestling outside of the the big bubble knows exactly who fucking Okada is and what he's about. And I don't know. It's one of those. Muncie does not he's not liking Mercedes Moné and AEW. I get it. I do. Her just picking up titles and having creative control doesn't really work. And he's not. And okay, you don't like Okada either. That I don't. Yeah, that's you. That's up to you, man. Like, that's cool. Matt is explaining to us that it's where the best wrestle, AEW, Chris. So,
I mean,
it's their tagline after all. It's not where the big boys play.
Yeah, it's true. It's where they fuck up the booking of people that are serious contenders. Look at Camille. let's get to Camille.
We
right?
will get to Camille. Yeah, I wanted to bring that up because
it's a similar sort of thing. You take someone who is an absolute fucking workhorse, absolute fucking mustard, and
let's bring it back a second. Camille was on not the Indies, but she was part of the NWA. She's the longest reigning NWA women's champion, like for an
800
obscene amount of days. Yeah,
800 and whatever days, bro.
Yeah.
815 days or whatever. Again, promotion on her back. Absolute fucking mustard. Sign her up. What's she done? She's sat in catering.
AEW signed her to a contract quite a while ago, and she has done literally nothing since. Not one appearance on any of the plethora of AEW shows or Ring of Honor, nothing. And that's a fucking shame. That's an absolute shame. And and she's now taking indie dates again.
Good. But but this is the thing, and this is what we talked about. We've said that you've got these people that are hungry, ready to work. They just want to work. They just want to wrestle. And then they're not getting that exposure. They're not getting that time in the ring. And they'd be happy to take a pay cut to be able to work more regularly. And Camille's going to be able to get decent money on bookings. She's going to be able to get decent dough. If she's still, so she's allowed now to take, she's probably said to them, look, can I take some fucking indie bookings because I haven't worked for fucking months?
Well, yeah, I imagine she's not worked in front of a crowd for however long she's signed with AEW. Yeah,
it's like either you put me on TV or you do something with me, or I need to get in the ring somewhere, and so I don't seize up.
But Tony and the booking team have found some of the older toys that they've got, and they've they're back, aren't they? So, Britt's back, and she's working with Mercedes. The funny spot of that was Britt pushing Mercedes over, Mercedes running to the other side of the ring, which is essentially the hard cam side where there's no cameras, so you don't see her running around to that side. I thought that was quite funny. That was just something,
Bro, didn't we have Mercedes Moan versus Nyla Ryder, Nyla Rose?
You did indeed.
Bro, Nyla Rose would eat Mercedes Moanez in one sitting.
Can I be honest? I skipped that. But Munsey thinks Nakamura would be better in AEW. I tend to disagree.
Yeah.
And he's also glad that AEW got rid of, I believe what he's trying to say is Danhausen.
Yeah.
He doesn't get Danhausen as a wrestler. Danhausen is is a character. It's a very odd thing, even for me. I don't really understand it myself. Very nice, very evil, all that stuff. He's cursing people. It's very indie, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but
super indie.
Yeah, but he's in the $1 billion indie, bro. He's in the fucking.
Well, he was. I think he's gone now, hasn't he?
Has he? I don't know.
Yeah. It might have not helped that he was pals with Mr.
Pepsi Phil. Yeah, yes, of course he was.
Indeed.
So, yeah, Pepsi Phil and him were friend. 100%. Like,
I think Danhausen's a Chicago guy as well, isn't that like?
So I don't know. Him and Pepsi Phil did, were friends.
Muncie didn't know about Camille, and yes, it is really bad what they've done. It is fucking embarrassing. It's embarrassing, really.
It's embarrassing
because everyone knows that she was signing with AEW, and this is where we've gone with WWE making a point of showing the world their new signings, and sometimes people make the wrong choice. I don't know if there was a deal on offer for Camille. I imagine there was.
Maybe
it was, yeah. But even if there was a deal, she would easily be on NXT right now.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, but we don't know what promises she was made when she went to AEW. They've said, "Look, we'll give you." She's probably got offered more money initially, and they've said to her, "Yeah, no, we've seen what you've done there, and you've hold the title for this long, and we'll put you in, and we'll do this, and we'll do that, and we'll do the other, and fucking, and then fucking nothing happens."
Yeah. I don't really know where to go after that. Nyla Rose Mercedes should have been a squash match for Nyla to win. I mean, in the real world, yes. In AEW's world of creative control, no.
Well, she's the creative control queen, isn't she? You know.
Oh yeah, and
she is the creative control queen.
So again, I'm starting to feel like Mercedes is good, and even associating herself with the Bucks and all that. Like, it's go away heat. It's not even good heat.
But the thing is, it's not a secret. It's like they're pulling the curtain to. There's no suspension of disbelief. It's like everyone knows everything, and it's like other people have said as well. You don't give wrestlers creative control, whether it's Mercedes Moné, whether it's Hulk Hogan. It doesn't matter. You don't have wrestlers calling the shots because they're always going to want to book themselves as being the top of the fucking top. You know, at the end of the day, it's not going to be mutually conducive to good business for the company. It's going to be like, this is what I want. She's already got 2 titles. Yeah, fucking, I want them all.
Yeah, she'd probably be AEW tag champs on her own before you know it.
Probably.
Yeah. And see, AEW will never be on the same level as WWE. No, I mean, it'll take years and years and years. NXT is better than AEW. NXT I think it's funny, is it's not as close as I think it is. I think AEW probably does shade NXT.
But don't
NXT
agree.
is always as close as it can be. It's always sort of right behind. I do feel like that. I think making someone like Ethan Page the champion and stuff like that is a real big, it's a real big move.
Yeah, but you've got to look at it as NXT is their developmental brand, bro.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know, it's fucking.
But I don't think that's anything worth shouting about, that AEW is better than NXT. But no, I think they are pretty close, and I think AEW probably does shade it a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, only because what? But
I do think they have bigger star power, and they can. There's plenty of times where they put on better matches. You know.
I mean, I think generally the way that it's booked, I think the way, or if you want to talk about individuals working, then you know, I don't know. Do we still get the amount of botches in AEW that we were getting? There is a fair amount of botches in NXT as well. They do have those.
I mean, AEW for the most part will be pretty clean. Like at the moment, like there was someone, I think Dalton Castle got knocked out, but
yes, he did.
The ref spotted it. Thank fuck for that. That's all good.
Thank fuck it weren't Matey Boy.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. I mean, some of them don't spot it. Mercedes Moné is the new Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, as far as creative control, I don't think Hogan picked up more than one title in one go, did he? Like, he just took the world title and said, "Yeah, that's mine for now. I'll disappear when the ratings drop, and I'll come back when the NBA season's finished, when the ratings will go up again." Like, it was genius.
She is the ultimate. That doesn't work for me, brother. You know what I mean? That is Mercedes Moan right now.
Wayne is in the chat. What's up, Wayne? NXT. I guess that's just you're saying NXT is better. I mean, that's, and like I said, it's close. It can be really close. Some weeks can be really good. Some weeks can not be really good. And NXT will fade you. I guess he means you, Chris. Should we move on from the NXT AEW debate?
Yes.
I don't think there's much more to say about AEW. Oh no, there was one thing. There was Darby coming from the rafters again, like Sting. To be a part, he's going to be a part of the Blood and Guts match or whatever. Like, I know that we know that they were going to do a Blood and Guts match. And it was going to be a big thing and that. But why rely on someone like Darby? He's not a fucking draw, man. He's not. I do not rate Darby Allin in the slightest.
You know, it's.
He makes me want to turn the show off and turn the channel. He's like Jericho for me. I'm not interested.
I read today somewhere that I don't know if this is true. That Tony Khan asked Martha Hart if it was all right if Darby Allin came in through the rafters like that.
That's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird as fuck.
Yeah, I know.
What's she going to say? What's she going to turn around and go, no, I don't want you to do it?
Wayne, sorry, has actually gone on to his bit about NXT. We'll just quickly go back to that.
Yeah.
You can't keep bringing in new talent when the likes of LA Knight and Jay, so can't get a look in. I think that point means that NXT will fade. You can't keep bringing in new talent, and they can't necessarily move up to the main roster. I'm guessing that's the point. Because
they've already got people like Jey Uso and LA Knight on the main roster that can't get.
I want to talk about Jey Uso in a bit as well. I don't want to forget about that. What's JB doing his Hulk Hogan impression and ripping his vest? Absolutely not. This is a chat grapple vest. What the hell's wrong with you, Munsey?
You can
get this on Redbubble as well if you go and check it.
You can. Before I was on, I was wearing my WBF vest. And nice. I swapped it out. For the Razor.
I mean, it's pretty warm today. We are technically warm, in the summertime.
Yeah, trust.
We got 3 days of heat coming. Tony did his Sting call, but saying it's Derby. Yeah. Again, it just adds to my thing that Tony Schiavone's fucking washed.
It was a waste.
It's no good. Wayne makes an excellent point. Possibly the best point we've seen all night. Spot on, Jordan. Thank you very much, Wayne.
I think he's just.
I didn't even pay him for that. Didn't even pay him. Let's see, Matt. After the first couple of NXT call-ups, the bulk of talent faded, and he agrees with Wayne. See, yeah, so that's a killer point Wayne's made. So sorry, Munsey's saying to leave Tony alone. Which Tony are you talking about?
Tony Schiavone.
Oh, I thought you meant Tony Khan. Then we all know what Chris thinks of Tony Khan.
Look, he's my mate, isn't he?
Weird. Yeah, he's got to be our mate for a minute at least. Yeah, maybe we'll get them credentials. I doubt it.
Tony Khan. We just got a picture from Matty Diamond Dennis. He's watching us on his fucking TV, mate.
Oh, that is quality.
We are on your TV.
Are we good in HD or are we even in HD? I don't know. Not on the telly, Chris.
There we go. Sorry, Matty.
Oh,
don't make
me get it on the telly. Okay. Oh, he's scissoring everyone.
Scissor me, daddy. Is that good on your big HD TV, is it, Matty, you little bitch? Take that. We love Matty. He come to see me at work the other day. He made my day when he popped in to see me. That was very nice.
When you popped in to see me at work, that was nice. Yeah,
lovely, mate. But this is what we do, isn't it? We're boys, isn't it? So
it didn't take a picture though. We should have taken a picture.
No, we should have, bruv. Just hanging out, just fucking what?
Okay, so there we go. I didn't mean to click that one, but fuck it. I clicked the wrong one, but we'll talk about Wyatt's anyway. Did you see Raw? Did you see the segment from Raw regarding
I haven't seen it.
Bo and Eric Rowan?
Oh no, I
Eric
did.
Redbeard. No.
Yes, I did. I did see. Yeah, I did see that.
But they're doing it. They're doing it right again. The package this time was delivered to Pat McAfee's show on whatever he puts it on. You know, his very successful and wildly watched show. The lights went down or whatever, and the VHS was there, so he had to take it to Raw. Sorry, Chris, you he's telling you it's an OLED, you get.
So how did it look on the OLED then? Me scissoring you, baby. You loved it, you slag.
Munsey wants to be a part of the popping in it and swinging around at people's works. We don't know where you work, mate. So, and I wouldn't put it in the chat either. I wouldn't put it
I wouldn't put it in here. Don't fucking dox yourself in the fucking chat. Not on this show. God knows, you might get long, hard shafts fucking visiting you at work.
It is blacked up like Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, just Trudeau in backface.
What are we talking about? Talking about Wyatt 6 and the bit. Bo gets beaten down by Chad Gable and the Creed brothers. Yeah, that's right, Creed brothers. Not
yes,
not the other lot anymore. and then the Wyatts, or the Wyatt 6 come out, or the rest of them come out, and yeah, it's still very well done at the minute. I worry that they're going to do something bad and make it terrible, but at the moment they're just killing it. And the Eric Rowan interview / video was fucking brilliant. It is like, tinged with real life and sadness and stuff, because he has lost his 2 best friends amongst all of that. And yeah, it's really good shit. I mean, it's hard to guess where they're going to go with it, though. It really is. Wayne didn't like the way they cut away from Bo in the ring and went to the next match. Live TV, they got to get on with it. I don't like the way they...
I think it was a matter of them running out of time. Yeah, unfortunate though. It was unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. And it's funny, isn't it? Because with that live TV on, a channel, you've got to sort of stick within their rules. I'm sure Netflix will give them a lot more leeway, because Netflix isn't really a channel; it's just a thing. Yeah, like it's its own entity. It can do whatever the fuck it wants, I guess. It's almost like the polar opposite of AEW, just putting on 14 matches and going from match to match to match without taking a second to let anything breathe, and no replays or nothing like that. Bo Dallas is a master of those promos. He is really good. There's no way around it. He is cutting obviously his best work here. I know people like Bo Leave and they like all that stuff.
I did love that.
Yeah, exactly. See, people do like Bo Leave, and that's nothing wrong with that. It's funny stuff. But
yeah,
this is Bo's. It's a huge chance to really step up and become what most people thought he might have been, and that's a proper main event, maybe even just under that main event player. And it's possible.
I didn't, I thought he wasn't going to come back to wrestling. I think he got his real estate license, and from what I heard before, he didn't want anything to do with wrestling anymore.
Well, he was always good. The plan was always for him to beat Uncle Howdy, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he was always going to be the one behind the Uncle Howdy mask when Bray was doing his stuff with LA Knight. That was one of his.
Yeah, I mean, like before all that, he didn't want anything to do with wrestling. And obviously that happened, and then obviously my man passed away. And then everything sort of stepped up now.
Monty Bo leaves. I mean, why not? He believes in Joe. I thought you were going to Bo leave in Joe Hendry. Then I thought we really had the crossover. Yeah, but no. A lot of people believe in Joe Hendry. He did commentary, didn't he, for NXT? Like, is this one of those things where Joe Hendry's just going to make the jump, like to WWE permanently?
I think, and hot take possibly, I think Joe Hendry's probably going to be better as a character on screen now if he's going to do commentary or he'll do interviews or he'll do skits or whatever, rather than him actually wrestling in the ring. I think because he's not young, I don't think they would look to sign him maybe that way. But they love the in WWE. They love that British, Scottish, Irish sort of bantery sort of.
I have a theory, a running theory that might even grab you by the balls, Chris. Joe Hendry, with all his sort of parody songs and stuff like that, could be the next Santino.
I think, you're probably right. I think keep him as that sort of, that tongue-in-cheeky sort of, character of how he's got to where he is, literally through that sort of, I don't think it's nuts how Joe Hendry sort of worked his way to WWE by cussing and making parody songs about someone that WWE let go.
Yeah.
I think that is just irony, mate. That is fucking crazy. I
think. Well, I'm gonna move to this comment quickly. Munsey says that LA Knight wasn't young when they signed him. That's true, but Joe Hendry, and this is my opinion, it might not be yours, does not have the charisma of an Eli Drake and LA Knight. He's in his own thing at the minute. Like, he's so charismatic and so over. Joe Hendry's over, like, and in a different way.
Yeah,
I think it's apples and oranges. I think. Matt says Bo will carry the torch well, and Wayne replied, "It's more of a lantern." They're chatting amongst themselves in the comments. That's fine.
I agree with Wayne on this though as well. Keep him in NXT doing that.
Yeah. I mean, keep it in NXT until it's time to do a Royal Rumble parody song. You put him in the Royal Rumble, and then he goes back to NXT. Or if he doesn't, he just goes back to Impact, which has sold out for Slammiversary. So, I mean, that's always good news.
Yeah.
Where are we? Yes, he is over. You're right. Joe Hendry is very over. He got to number 4 in the UK charts with his song.
Crazy, man.
That's pretty mental. I mean, that's like us getting to number 5 in the fucking Irish Apple podcast charts. Not completely unbelievable, and it did happen. So yeah,
right, it has happened.
Talk about Jey Uso because it was mentioned. Some idiot, and I won't name names right now. I mean, you can check it on our X or whatever. I'm sure it's in the recent sort of tweets that we put. Said that Yeet has ruined Jey Uso. And I have to ask the question: how the fuck has that ruined Jey Uso?
I mean, these people don't have any reasoning. It's just their own opinion on,
I imagine Jey Uso is wiping the tears away with the $50 bills that he's making off of the merch of Yeet and all of the fucking signs, everything you see. All the Yeet chants, he throws a punch and they shout Yeet.
Well, you had him and LA Knight in a match. I think on top of the ladder or whatever, and it was just like Yeet, Yeet, and it's like the whole thing of wrestling is the old audience participation, and people want to get involved and they want to do that, so. Yeah, these people are fucking morons, mate.
That's exactly it. Like, how could that make, Jey Uso worse? Like, he's again, like, he calls himself main event Jey. So I don't think I think it'd be surprising if he did become world champion. I mean, it's not impossible. I think he's like on that level just below.
He can beat the fuck out of Cody. Someone needs to give him a paste him.
Oh, controversial. Why are you digging out Cody? He is your.
I don't like him, bruv. I don't like him as champion. I like Cody, but I think as champion, he's dead. He's dead off.
Matt says that Joe Hendry has a shelf life in WWE unless he can adapt, and on the Indies he did, but still staying to the same recipe. Yeah, the old thing, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, kind of thing in the Indies. I mean, yeah, I get it. Like, I think he would have to adapt if he was. I mean, he's comedy, isn't he?
It is, but wrestling needs a little bit of this and a little bit of that, a little bit of everything for everyone. It needs that comedy. It needs the drama. It needs the hardcore. It needs a bit of everything for everyone. And also, we like a little bit of everything. It gives variety. It's like, that's why. You can't. No one wants to just sit and watch fucking headlock, hip toss. International.
That's how you train, bro. Don't worry.
I know it is. That's why I was just like headlock, hip toss. Irish whip. Like, fine. Wrestling's it's cool, great. That's what the core of how to put things together. But ultimately, it's the characters and the people and what's going on that is drawing the viewers.
Sticking on Wayne, Jey Uso needs more moves. Getting a bit bored of the super kick now. That is something I will definitely agree on. His super kicks too much like Chris's boys.
Yeah.
Yes, the Bucks.
It's true. The fucks.
Too many fucking super kicks. And that point was totally made at WrestleMania with Jimmy and Jay in their match. It really didn't do well, did it?
Yeah.
Too many super kicks. Much like, literally any show now. Like I say it during most of the pay-per-views or premium live events. Sorry if I offended anyone. Super kicks, if you see them in the first match, you don't want to see them in the second. And if you see them in the second and third, you don't want to see them in the main event. They've got. I know it's not that move is no longer special, but for the love of God, people need to fix their move sets. They really do, because
it was a finishing move. It was a finishing move. I mean, is there such thing as a finishing move anymore?
Yeah. Cody's finisher that won him the world title at WrestleMania.
I mean, there's only really one legit finisher, and it's the crippler crossface. But, sorry. But, there's no, real finishing moves anymore.
Fuck.
I'm sorry, I don't know where it comes from.
Yeah.
But no, there's no real legit finishers anymore, is there?
Yeah. Yeah, Crossroads. Beat Roman Reigns for the world title. He's now the champ that you love and want to buy all of his merch and get a tattoo just like him on your neck. Matt has made a very good point. Well done, Chris. Way to get cancelled.
It was a joke. Fuck off. We're not Tenacious D. Fuck off.
Oh, are they cancelled? Tenacious D?
One of them is.
Yes, one of them is. The super kick, yes, it's sweet.
It does.
Music. Although
100%.
sweet shin music did belong to Dude Love. So, I mean, that was very much a mini super kick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, so let's do away with the super kick. Let's, I don't know, some sort of side kick to the stomach or something, like something that makes more sense. A bit more. Like if everyone throws a super kick, it's not special.
Correct.
That's it.
I mean, with Shawn Michaels, the way he sort of built up to it as well, though, weren't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, he did have. Sometimes it would come out of nowhere. But a lot of the time it would be the build up and it'd be, warming up the band and everything. It was the whole thing. It was like building up to this thing. Like, let's not get it twisted. You're kicking someone in the face.
Under the chin, yeah.
You know what I mean? You're kicking someone in the fucking face. It legit kick someone in the face and they're not going to get up if you kick them in the jaw.
We'll do away with thigh slapping as well. I know.
It should be a finishing move. It should be you get kicked in the face, you don't get up. Like that's if you want to.
Yeah, it's not part of your warm ups to your big, heaters. Yeah, no.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yes, Matty is correct as well. The spear is massively overused as well.
Yes, I agree. I think too many people have started to use it, and yeah, I know the spear is not. It's not something you think about straight away after super kicks. You're right, but if Roman uses it, Braun Breaker uses it, Jey Uso uses it. I mean, I imagine there's more, but those are the first three I can think of. Edge, yes, Edge is on a different show, so he can use it if no one else uses it on that show.
Yeah,
I get that as well, but
yeah, the thing is, when Rhino hit you with a spear, you weren't getting up.
Yeah, you were done. You were finished.
You were done. That was it. Finished. That was the finishing move. But again, we're in the time where you can see Jake the Snake Roberts' point, where Jake the Snake Roberts, the DDT, that was his finishing move. But now the DDT has become that transitional move. But it's like you're fucking spiking someone's head into the floor. They shouldn't be getting up after that. You know, that's it. It shouldn't be a transitional move where you DDT someone and they pop straight up and then you do another move on them straight away. Like, it's not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, whilst we're here, I think the AEW numbers are out.
Are they?
Yes, 795k, which is good.
That's good. It was, yeah. You know,
I feel like 795k is a good number for their ratings. I think that's much. You know, it's much improved, and you know, for AEW 250 Dynamite and all that, it should be higher.
Yeah, of course it should.
But
I mean, the 250th. Yeah, but the 250th episode with your what really are your two biggest stars?
Who are your two biggest stars?
MJF and Ospreay. If you're looking at it from
shouldn't your world champion be your biggest star?
Well, yes, but in this world,
yeah,
he's not being they didn't even on the breakdown thing. Did you see what happened on Twitter when Bubba Ray Dudley said, "Shouldn't you really be calling?"
It's funny because a few weeks before that I said the exact same thing. I'm pretty sure Bubba's not stealing my work.
Yeah,
but I said the exact same thing. You know, Swerve was like way down towards the bottom of the poster, and like way up on the top was two other, you know, dorks that, you know, shouldn't have been up there. I think it was even the Bucks, maybe.
Yeah, but they didn't even put. All they said was, "We hear from Swerve Strickland."
Yeah, not world champion. They really,
yeah.
Whoever's doing those posters need to fucking slap.
Yeah, but you know, but who gives the okay on them?
Yes, you're right. Who gives the okay on them? Yeah.
Who's fucking passing them and going, yeah, that's fine, that's great.
Yeah.
You know,
Wayne believes that once WWE is on Netflix and it goes to non-PG, they will enhance and rename their finishers. Not something I thought of, but I imagine, and this is a really good point actually, that the finishers will be more. Yeah, they will be enhanced, and they will have to make sure those finishers are well known to a potential new fan base that are watching on Netflix who haven't been watching on USA or TNT or whatever. It's a good point. I think, you know, you will have to reintroduce those finishers to a new audience or potential new audience. Bring back the hardcore division. Didn't they try that? Or that 24/7 something?
You know what's funny though, yeah? He's got a point as well, because I still think, like what we've said on this show before as well, I think there is a place in wrestling where you can have a show that is specifically more directed towards children and a show directed more towards your sort of adult grown-up audience.
Yeah.
If you look at the Money in the Bank ladder matches, some of those spots in the women's match were fucking brutal, dude. Like, some of them spots were gnarly as fuck. You know, if you can have a space where you can do that a little bit more regular and push the boundaries a little bit more, and angle that more towards the. I mean, I think bringing back the hardcore division and the, you know, that 24/7 sort of hardcore thing. I think it's, you know, sporadically you can bring that back and do bits and bobs with it. I think it's I think it works. I think it's if you can keep it fresh.
Difficult to keep it fresh. Difficult because it becomes very samey very quick, like the hardcore stuff. Unless there's a head shrinker, I must have missed the.
No, I think when we was talking about the DDT. I think
let's make that point, because AEW fans didn't enjoy that spot. They said, "Oh, yeah, no, if it's no selling, you know, in AEW, it's not okay, but if it's in WWE, it's okay." Like, and this is the point I made to, you know, debunk that shit. It's almost etched in wrestling folklore that, you know, Polynesian wrestlers have hard heads.
That's right.
They don't sell turnbuckle spots. They don't sell headbutts. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
So
they never have.
If they're going to get dropped on their head, it's probably not going to hurt. Like, much like within that wrestling story from the 60s, 70s onwards, whenever it was, they don't sell the head stuff. It's just how it is. Like, we didn't write it. We didn't make it up.
But it's a thing.
It's a thing, yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. Like, don't if you're gonna do it, make sure you pick the right spot where someone doesn't sell properly. Don't use, a Samoan not selling a headshot. Fucking hell! Like, pick your battles, guys. Come on. I fucking hell. Like, sorry, I've been ranting a fair bit today, Chris. This isn't your ranting episode. What's going on?
No, I've just made a joke that could possibly get us cancelled. That's fine. You do the ranting this week. I'll do the fucking. I'll get cancelled.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Fuck it. Well, as always, we do mention that this is more like a power hour of, chaos.
Yeah,
we have hit that hour. So, any new business, Chris? Unless that we keep going and dip off.
Yeah. Too Cold Scorpio.
Ah, yes, you did mention this to me via message earlier. Tell us the story.
So basically, Too Cold Scorpio is his missus has put out a GoFundMe because he's got himself in some bother at work. So, as we know, wrestling has a sort of shelf life. These got, the guys are beating themselves up, for years and years. Too Cold Scorpio has been there for years, Flash Funk and all them things.
Too Cold Scorpio was an absolute star in the early 90s, like that WCW run. They gave him his own music video.
Yeah.
Like, he then did some ECW stuff before he went on to be Flash Funk. And that's pretty much where he sort of like came to an end for him on the biggest stage, right?
Yeah, I mean, and then he went to ECW after that for quite a while.
Was that before or after Flash Funk? I think that was before.
Oh, was it?
I'm sure he did some stuff with like Dean Malenko and that when they were in ECW.
I think he went back after as well.
Okay.
I think he went back after briefly. But yeah, so, he stopped wrestling and he started working as a security guard. And he's got his license as like a gun carrying.
Who would do that?
I mean, Yeah. So he's got his license as a gun carrying security guard, and something's happened where he's got into a scuffle with somebody who was basically, I think she said that he was smoking a cigarette inside where he shouldn't have been, and he's asked him to go outside or put it out or do whatever, and the guy's pulled a knife on him, and then they've ended up in a fight. The other guys ended up worse than Too Cold Scorpio, but Scorpio's ended up slicing his thumb up, got a concussion, and this, that, and the other. Yeah. But the police arrested him, and he's not working because he can't work until the charges have been sorted out and all that. So it's fucking wild, man, that you've got these guys like your Too Cold Scorpio. Who's been, he's a fucking legend, really. He's one of my favorite wrestlers, Too Cold Scorpio. He always has been.
Yeah.
So even in the WCW times, it was him and fucking Marcus Alexander Bagwell, weren't it?
He was in a tag team with Bagwell. He did a lot of single stuff as well. I think he was. Yeah. I think he had a really good run in like 92, 93.
Yeah.
I want to say. He owned a music video, which was unheard of for that sort of time.
Yeah.
Good song too, if you've ever heard it. I'll might link it somewhere.
Yeah, he's
I mean, it's not as good as With My Baby Tonight by Jeff Jarrett, but
no, I mean, of course, but what is?
No, nothing is.
So he's got in trouble for stabbing this guy. In self-defense, he's saying, his missus was saying, and he's got to go fund me up for legal costs. And it's just like, just wanted to make the point that it's like, we sit and we discuss wrestling and we talk about this and that and the other, but these people are like actual humans, they're like, they're people. So, I don't know the ins and outs of what's happened to him or whatever, but he was one of my favorite wrestlers, and I hope what he said has happened actually happened, and I mean, I can't see him on the job just pulling out a knife and fucking stabbing someone up. It doesn't really make that much sense.
Yeah.
And so hopefully it gets all cleared up and all that, and I hope he's all right. But he's got medical bills now that he's got to pay and all that, and that's another reason why. Like,
well, he's not the only one. I believe Kevin Sullivan. There's like a GoFundMe for him and his medical bills at the minute. He's having some issues. Yeah, so
this is why whatever political thing you want to fucking look at, right? You've got to be happy and proud that you live in the UK, where we are not going to get bankrupt through being fucking ill. Like, it's not. No one can help getting old, getting sick, getting cancer. Getting fucking, do you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It for fuck's sake, bruv. How is it we're living in 2024, and in America it's still sort of most bankruptcies are through medical fucking bills? It's insane, dude. Like, we take it for granted that we're just going to be looked after if anything happens. If I get in trouble and I get in an accident, and I've like I say, I've had health issues where I've had to call an ambulance and have hospital stays and all that, and it's like, fuck, like the fact that you can be bankrupted, someone who has worked hard all their life, like Kevin Sullivan worked his ass off all his life and bought his house and put money aside and all that, and he's old and now he's fucked, and his medical bills are just going to fucking take all his money.
Yeah, we shouldn't be living in a world where medical bills are a deep thing. Like,
no,
I'm not.
Insane.
No one's saying that what we have here is perfect, but it's a hell of a fucking start, isn't it,
mate? It is. If even just that safety net of being able to just not worry if something happens, that you can just you're going to be looked after. It's fucking insane, dude, that these guys that have been working their asses off are now becoming bankrupt and having to put out GoFundMes for fucking, for medical bills. And they're not the first ones that have had to do it. How many wrestlers didn't Virgil have to do it? When he had medical bills, he put out a GoFundMe. It's fucking disgusting, really, like, that people have to, and it's sort of degrading that these guys have to say, look, we're fucked. We got no money.
It must be in a way, yeah. It's
yeah.
Like, that it's they shouldn't. They feel like they shouldn't have to. Do you think big companies like? I assume what you're saying is WWE should now be giving talent financial advice. Yes and no. I think maybe. I mean, it's difficult because some of these wrestlers are so, like, especially these older ones that maybe didn't follow the best financial plans. They can't necessarily expect someone like WWE to pay to foot their medical bills long after they're gone. Like, I wouldn't expect one of my old companies that I work for to pay for my medical stuff after I've left. That would make sense. But WWE does that, especially with rehab and stuff like that. So it's, I don't know. It's I think, of course, like, financial advice is is perfectly fine. But
I think a lot of the time in America, though, medical insurance is very much linked to employment out there. I think a lot of people get their medical cover through their job, and even they get medical insurance that cover their children as well, and their
thing,
family.
Right? Like, that's a
through their
thing
work
than
employment. Yeah. But I mean, that whole system is sort of broken anyway. But yeah, for me, it's just sort of sad.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, we won't talk politicals because we get kicked off the air. But if you thought our political system was a little bit shit, and after what we talked about with our election, God help you, America.
Yeah,
God, fucking help you.
But again, though, bruv, I see a lot of fucking mad shit. Like, whatever you want to say about fucking Donald Trump, no one deserves to get shot in the head, do they?
No, and as Donald Trump, as wrestling and as carny as can be, no sold it.
Oh yeah, he absolutely no sold it. But do you know what's even more insane? Yeah, that people think it was a fucking setup and he bladed, and they legitimately think that as well, dude.
That bit was too far. Saying
Bruv,
that
it's
he,
insane.
blading
People,
and all this, like, he
legitimately
wrestled one.
said
He was in part of one match, right? Like, and he didn't even
Yeah,
wrestle
so-
in that match. Yeah,
and that was only to get like Vince to shave his head.
yeah.
You know, it's fucking insane. Some people are at. I love a conspiracy theory, bro.
Same.
I fucking love a conspiracy theory, but to say that the whole thing was a setup and that he bladed and come on, bruv, you lot are insane. Like, wow. I am enjoying the memes and the video of the fucking Secret Service woman like hiding behind the fucking people and that, and not being able to put a gun in the holster and that. She's like Mr. Bean or whatever. Fucking hilarious.
It's just a big question.
No, I mean, that's the thing. It's unbelievable that people genuinely think.
I'm surprised. Did he do that? Did he come out to many men?
Like, that would be fucking.
Would that have been at the convention or something? The whatever it was there.
Wow.
If he did, I mean, fair play. That's
Matty, please tell me that's real. Don't be pulling my plonker on that one.
Yeah, we're gonna need a video of that.
I'm gonna sleep well tonight, knowing that actually happened. If it really happened, and I need video. Oh, next public appearance.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
He should. Yeah.
Here he is. Fucking hell. I mean this in a nice way, Graham, but I mean, yeah, evening to you. Apparently we sound weird at, times one, which is normal. Like, that's us, just normal fucking speaking, pace. Do not head back to start and listen at times two, you jerk. We are so sick. Like, he's a fucking teacher. What's he doing? Mucking about.
That's not right, man. That's not right. Listening to things too quick, man. That's mad. Mental.
I'm not saying it's out there. I'm guessing he means the video. It was his next public appearance after the shooting, I guess.
I reckon someone's dubbed it. I think someone must have dubbed that over there. Like, many men with death for, but that is for. This is, as soon as we finish, I'm looking for it.
You're not watching Phone Shop. You're going to look for that.
Bruv, I've watched Phone Shop this week already. I watched some Monday. Do you know what I've watched all day today at work? Red Dwarf, mate.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I fucking love Red Dwarf, and I've been watching Red Dwarf today.
Wayne, Trump does love the UFC and WWE. So Biden's got COVID. He wouldn't be able to train for a match at SummerSlam.
Bruv, COVID is the last of Biden's problems, bruv. He can't remember what he had for dinner yesterday. I was talking about fucking COVID, bruv. The geezer's fucked. And his son's a fucking allegedly a crackhead as well, who loves to yell at him.
Funny, again, I don't want to talk too much about their politics, but like Trump goes to places like UFC and that, and he gets fucking raucous cheers.
Bruv, Trump is a G. Like, this is the thing. Like,
it's funny, isn't it? Like,
it's actually funny. Like, when you talk about actual politics, like, there's a thing like that is a phrase that's been coined. It's like Trump derangement syndrome that these Democrats have. Like, and it's like, like Trump. I don't know. Like, I do keep an eye on American politics, and from what I saw, Trump didn't actually do much. All right, he said some outrageous shit, so he's a bit of a sort of Boris Johnson in that way, where he just opens his mouth and he's like one of the boys, fucking old boys club sort of guy. I get that, right? But sort of on paper, he wasn't actually that bad a president, I don't think. On paper.
Yeah.
I think,
God, sorry. Wayne says that I quit match. No, I disagree, Wayne. Like, this is one of those times where I'll disagree with you just a little bit. Winner take all ladder match, winner gets to be president.
Mate,
that's
Trump was bang on that Sudafed, bro. He's a speedhead, right?
Much like the custody of Dominic Mysterio ladder match. This is one of those things. Like, you put the contract at the top of the ladder, and Bernie cashes in or something like that later on. I don't know.
Trump's bang. You don't want to fuck with Trump when he's had a load of Sudafed, bro. He's got like speed in it. You know what I mean? And he's literally bang on that speed all the time, man. That's how he used to, just keep himself going.
I swear he's trolling us at this point. I genuinely swear he's just trolling. I need you to go on his show and just fucking go
Right,
nuts.
so I can do Fridays, but it have to be late on a specific Friday. That's the thing.
Late, yeah.
Late. So it would have to be like 10:30, 11 UK time. But we can do that.
Matt says Home Alone 2, he rests his case. I mean, it's a hell of a fucking cameo, isn't it?
He's a fucking G, bro. Sorry.
Graham says you could tell Trump was a WWE Hall of Famer. He knew exactly where the hard cam was. Yeah, and there were fans behind it too. It's not like your AEW shows.
He's so good. Did you? Yeah. Oh man, that picture I sent you though of fucking Trump, but it was Tony
Tony
Khan
side,
with fucking Meltzer.
You shouldn't send me stuff like that because you know I can put you in there somewhere.
It's true.
I've done it many times before. I think I'll either do that or I'll put Doink the Clown in next time.
Okay.
Anywhere, yeah. Oh fucking hell! How did we get onto politics of all things?
That's what happens, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What the fuck? Is there anything else you want to talk about, Chris? We are an hour and 15 in here. Like we are cruising towards the end of this show.
No, I mean, I just wanted to get in about Too Cold Scorpio.
Yeah.
And sort of make the point of it's a shame that that's where we got into politics, where we were talking about these wrestlers going bankrupt for their medical bills, which is very sad. And we don't get that over here. It's just not a thing.
Sorry to interrupt. I also saw, just quickly, that Evil Uno is taking indie bookings. Now, everyone knows my opinion on Evil Uno, but has he been let go by AEW?
I don't know, but I mean, it's like Camille's taking indie bookings, isn't she now?
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't want to see Evil Uno at any show near us. Like, to be fair, he really does suck. So
you might see him turn up at Progress, bro, or whatever. Yeah,
if we see him dancing at Wrestle Rave, I might have to, hit him with a
Nice.
Graham confirms. Graham is in America. Graham confirms to us that the number one cause of bankruptcy in the USA is from health.
I knew that. I knew that. That's what I'm saying. It is fucking scandalous.
Yeah, absolutely. Scandalous.
No one deserves to go bankrupt because they fell ill. It's not right, man. It's not.
No.
Coming from a first world country, apparently, it's fucking criminal. It really is.
Yeah, that's. I mean. Wayne, yes, I did see that. Matt Riddle, friend of the show, I guess. We did take a picture of him smashed out of his nut in Cardiff, doing birthday party bookings. When's your birthday, Chris?
Yes, October, mate. Beginning of October.
There we go. If we should have a GoFundMe to get Matt Riddle to perform at your birthday party.
Well, I don't want him to perform. I don't know what he's going to. In what sense is he going to perform? We know that could mean one of two things with Matt Riddle.
Yes, absolutely true.
It could mean doing a few jumps and some wrestling moves, or he could end up with his salami out. So we just don't know.
That's that tossing salad stuff we were talking about a couple of weeks ago.
He's freaky. He is fucking freaky. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Matt Riddle. There we go. A birthday gift for August. I mean, Graham, I assume your birthday's in August? For Matt. I mean, if you can't get a cameo from Joe Hendry for him, because we know how much he loves and believes in Joe Hendry, then sure, the Matt Riddle thing would be definitely the one. What's coming up, Chris? What have we got coming up? I cannot remember for the life of me. We could be heading to a show in Essex if... funnily enough, if Matt is the one sorting that out, I'm not sure, but
yes,
Pothead Party, yes, very, absolutely, yeah,
nice.
Matt Riddle knows his stuff when it comes to that sort of thing. We've got there's possibly a wrestling show in August. All In, all of that stuff. AEW announced that there is some sort of All In party the day before All In at Box Park at Wembley.
Okay.
Tickets do not look cheap, from what I could tell. Much like tickets for All In itself, they do not look cheap, but there is an afternoon party like thing they're saying with DJ and giveaways and all that stuff. another way to rinse your fans just before the show, isn't it?
Exactly, innit? It's just another money grab.
I mean, fair play. Like, you know, WWE have the pop-up shops and all that. There's nothing. It's nothing. It hasn't been seen before. So yeah, why not? Why not? You know, milk your fans for everything they've got. Yes, I imagine the Joe Hendry cameos have gone up in price. He is very in demand at the moment, especially because everyone believes in him except for Matt. Yeah. So we will definitely sort out Chris's own cameo on the Good Cop, Bad Cop Wrestling podcast, which is a wonderful podcast, and we and we cannot wait to hear your next episode. The ticket sales for AEW, all I know is that they've sold around about 40,000 according to them, and that there are still plenty of tickets available, cheapest at around £30 in the gods, and most expensive 1,500 quid.
Ringside.
And that's not even ringside, that's floor seat, not even front row. Wow. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, it's a money grab that might pay off, but I don't know how many of those they'll get away with. It's much like WWE going to Glasgow and pricing people out of it. It's Joe Hendry cameos, $86. I mean, if he sings to you personally, probably worth it, right?
We'll all chip in for Matty's birthday.
Yeah.
I'd chuck in a tenner for that, just to see his face while he's watching it.
Oh, yeah, he'd fucking hate it, but no, that's great. So, yeah, let's say good night. I mean, what a fun episode this was. Like, awesome chat. Loads of great comments. Like, I'm gonna try and thank everyone in this before we go. So, who was in there? Bishop was in there. Matt's been in there. Cactus Matt.
That's right.
Yeah, the king of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Much Diamond D.
Much better than John Moxley, by the way.
Yes.
If Moxley, you're ever listening to this, you fucking suck, and our boy Matt could beat you any day.
He would kick your ass, bruv. He'd
make you shake his hand.
He would make you. Yes, right. Yeah. He would tap you, you bitch.
So, yeah, there we go. There's the call-out video for John Moxley to, take on Matt. Not us.
Yeah, no.
Definitely not us.
We would watch. Yeah, we would happily watch.
Yeah, he didn't like that.
They didn't like that. Fucking hell.
Yeah, so thank you to Bishop, Matt, Wayne, Munsey, Graham. Who else came in? I can't remember now. Was that it?
That was it, I think. Yeah.
I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. Like,
and they were just relentless, which is amazing.
We didn't get the long and hard shaft this time, but
not this week.
One last comment, I think, from Graham. Thank you for that, Graham. Joe Hendry, $86, but Mick Foley is only $60. Starmer's Britain, fam.
Starmer's Britain, fam. That's right. Starmer's Britain.
So, thank you to everyone that's stuck with it in this one on Facebook, on YouTube, on X. Fucking hell, we are everywhere, aren't we? Thank you to everyone who post this show, has downloaded and listened, and make us do what we do. We really do appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are the best. I don't really know what else to say. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you haven't liked it, please do. Throw us a billion of your Dave Meltzer stars if you are listening. 10% off Rafe Energy if you really want it.
That's right.
I mean, it's good shit.
Link in the description.
Yeah, hit the
promo code Grapple.
Promo code Grapple. There's a WWE affiliate link in there. I'll put that up as well. Even though
don't be buying nothing from the WWE store without using our affiliates link. Do not do it.
Yeah, that is.
You will feel our wrath. Yeah.
That is very much and I'll shout him out because he does deserve this. Actually, I will say this, Martin. That one's for you. You need to use the fucking link. Do not do that again. Matt makes one final point on the Moxley thing. He wouldn't be able to shake your hand if you put him to sleep, unless you just grabbed his hand.
That's what I'm imagining. Yeah, that's literally what I'm imagining. Matty would just fucking choke him out, put him to sleep. He'll be snoring, and he'd just go up to him and make him shake.
Just grab a limp hand.
His hand.
Yeah,
just grab it. That's right.
Oh man, fuck it all.
That's right, bitch.
So for now, I mean, Thursdays at 9 seem, or as close to 9 as we can get, seems to be a pretty perfect spot. So should we say do this next week?
Yeah, man, we should be good for next week.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on the technically, Chat Grapple Power Hour and 24 minutes. I'm JB. Next to me, the best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts, the Raz Prince of wrestling podcasts himself, Mr. Chris Dredd. Expect the unexpected, everyone. Take care, everyone, and we will see you next time.